But folks, I have never seen the Democrats have such an easy layup. They could start winning in a heartbeat if they would simply listen to their base and just start swinging. Because Donald Trump, love him or hate him, he has a style that works for him, and that style is to sit and repeat the same lie over and over and over again. He repeats the same talking point every time he gets a microphone. And I know we all get tired of hearing him say, the radical left lunatics, the radical left lunatics, but he drives that home. Sleepy Joe, Crooked Hillary, everything's a catchphrase, and he drives that home. America first, we're going to put America first, we're going to have no more wars. He doesn't have to back up any of it, but if he says that, his followers will latch onto it and they will believe it because at least he's saying it. Now, on the other side, Democrats, it's as though they tiptoe around and they're afraid to move in and go for the knockout punch because, well, we don't want to look unpresidential and we don't want to be too much like MAGA, so let's all pump the brakes here. No, now is not the time to pump the brakes. Now is the time to go hard in the paint and take that layup that is right in front of you. Because when you just look at, okay, groceries, we can start right there. We can say Donald Trump promised to bring down prices on day one. He didn't do that. He didn't put America first. He put Trump first. And that's one thing that we should say every time we open our mouths. We should start off by saying, well, Trump's putting Trump first. You all wanted America first, but you got Trump first because he's getting the ballroom. He's getting $230 million from the DOJ. He's getting jets from Qatar. He's getting everything that he ever wants. His son is getting all these business deals behind closed doors that they used to scream about Hunter Biden getting. Don Jr.'s racking them up right and left. They're putting Trump first. Drive that point home every chance you get and point out that going into the holidays, people aren't getting their SNAP benefits because Trump is putting Trump first. And drive the point home that Donald Trump is in charge. Donald Trump is the president. Donald Trump has the House. Donald Trump has the Senate. Donald Trump has the Supreme Court. Oh, and by the way, the Supreme Court gave him immunity. So you just have to keep driving the point home that this is Donald Trump's fault and that Donald Trump is not backing up what he said. When they say, well, Donald Trump was supposed to expose the deep state, remind them that he's protecting pedophiles. I know Democrats really don't want to say those words out loud, but that's what you have to say because that's the truth and that's what's happening. And the people out there, they will respect strong and wrong over weak and right. And I know that's depressing. I know that sucks. I don't like saying it, to be honest with you. But that's the world that we live in. We live in a world where people would rather have a strong man who's wrong than someone weak and right about it. And that's crazy, but that's where we are. So I'm going to play you a couple of clips. This first one is Donald Trump, and he's not ruling out a third term. He doesn't come out and say that he can't run for a third term or can't be in there for a third term. He dodges that question, and then he lays into Jasmine Crockett and AOC. We're going to take a look at this clip, and then I'm going to talk about the obvious layup that Jasmine and AOC has right in front of them.
They are good people.
For 2028, they're very good people.
Well, we have great people. I don't have to get into that, but we have one of them standing right here. We have JD, obviously. The vice president is great. I think Marco's great. I think, I'm not sure if anybody would run against us. I think if they ever formed a group, it would be unstoppable. I really do. I believe that. I would love to do it. I have my best numbers ever. It's very terrible. I have my best numbers. If you read it, am I not ruling it out? I mean, you'll have to tell me. All I can tell you is that we have a great group of people, which they don't. They have Jasmine Crockett, a low IQ person. They have AOC's low IQ. You give her an IQ test, have her pass like the exams that I decided to take when I was at Walter Reed. Those are very hard, they're really aptitude tests, I guess, in a certain way, but they're cognitive tests. Let AOC go against Trump. Let Jasmine go against Trump. I don't think Jasmine, the first couple of questions are easy, a tiger, an elephant, a giraffe, you know. When you get up to about 5 or 6, and then when you get up to 10 and 20 and 25, they couldn't come close to answering any of those questions.
Okay, I'd first like to point out that whenever he calls Jasmine or AOC low IQ, That's pretty much a lighter version of Charlie Kirk saying that black women didn't have the brain processing power. So he's pretty much leaning on Charlie Kirk right there, but he's just saying it in a lighter way. It pretty much means the same thing. But right here is a chance for Jasmine Crockett and AOC to really call Trump's bluff. Go on national television, take the test, show everyone how easy it is, show everyone how ridiculous it is. Hell, throw a few middle fingers in the air while you're at it, because people would respect you way more if you just came out swinging as hard in the paint as you possibly could and say, oh, you want us to take that? You want us to do that? Okay, fine. I know the Democrats, a lot of times, they pump the brakes and they say, well, we don't really want to get in there and fight in the mud with them. Folks, we're in the mud. Whether we want to be or not, we're in the mud. The rules of the fight that were once in the ring is no longer there. This is the point in the fight where we have had our ear bit off by Mike Tyson, and he is charging at us like a maniac. So there's no more Marcus of Queensberry boxing to be had. There's no more winning on points. This is no longer a boxing match. It's now a street fight, and so that's how we have to go about it. Oh, and by the way, when he wants to talk about running for a third term and throw that out there, and people say, he's just joking. He don't mean it. And then Steve Bannon sits down, and Steve Bannon says, well, we have a plan. We have a plan. Trump will be president in 28. We're gonna keep him in there. We need him in for at least one more term. Okay, right here's where we cue Barack Obama. Okay? And Barack Obama goes on every TV show, and every time he speaks and every time he tweets, he says, hey, I think I'll have a third term. Since presidents can get third terms now, I think I'm going to have one. And then we all sit back and say, yeah, we have a plan. We're going to make Obama president. And we may have him be president for, I don't know, he's a younger guy than Trump, so hey, we might could get maybe 3 more out of Obama. Would that work? Call their bluff. It's right in front of you. It is right in front of you. He said he was going to put America first, and he's not. And this clip right here of Tim Walz, they should set every Democrat in the country down and make them watch this on repeat. I would put this clip on repeat in front of Democrats that are running and make them listen to it for hours on end to get this point driven in your head. Tim Walz knocks it out of the park right here.
This is not a both sidesism. This is owned by the Republicans. It is owned by their ability to want to have anything their way. They've got a president that is pulling money back that was appropriated by the legislature, which these legislators, I know, I'm glad they are, would be horrified by that idea, giving up their authority as an independent branch. So I know Democrats are ready to go. I know they're ready to come back and do this. They're ready to come back and protect things that had passed the legislature. They are not willing to come back and let an authoritarian president do whatever he wants. The people are going to be lined up out here to get food, and we're talking about a damn ballroom. Don't lose the plot. Don't lose the plot of what's going on here.
And just keep repeating that over and over. Don't lose the plot. Just keep repeating yourself and keep pointing out that right now Trump supporters are way closer to the unemployment line and way closer to the food stamp office than they are to that ballroom. As a matter of fact, they will never see the inside of it. They will never get invited to that party. That place is going to be where Donald Trump sits around with his rich elitist friends and looks down on the peons who he wouldn't even let park their trucks outside. And that's the way that you have to break it down to people, especially people where I'm from. And I'm not in any way making fun of the people that I live around or that I grew up with. At the end of the day, people may not understand this, but I still love and care about them, and I want to see what's best for them. And I'm tired of seeing them be voting against their own interests because they're caught up in this WWE-style reality show and not paying attention to the real world. What I would say to them is, you said you were voting for Donald Trump because he would put America first. You said you was tired of, you would take some mean tweets if it meant a lower grocery bill. Well, you did not get the lower grocery bill. I know you're not paying less for your groceries than I am because we're shopping at the same store. I know you're not getting a discount in the drive-thru because we're sitting in the same drive-thru, okay? So times are still tough, and Donald Trump is building a ballroom for him and his rich oligarchs to sit around in and look down their nose at people like us. Okay? That's it. Can you imagine if Joe Biden had have completely demolished the East Wing of the White House, completely demolished it, and then the oligarchs and the elitists built a ballroom for him? Can you imagine how Republicans would never shut up about that? The elitists are building a ballroom. The elitists are building a ballroom. They would say it over and over and over. And meanwhile, Democrats are back going, well, he's building a ballroom. No. Do what Tim Walz said. Don't lose the plot. Point out that people will be lined up to get food and needing to eat and needing to survive while this guy gets a ballroom and while this guy gets $230 million from the DOJ and while this guy gets jets from Qatar. Just keep pointing it out that Trump put Trump first. Every issue that they ever believed Donald Trump was going to run on, he did not put them first. He did not put America first. He put himself first, and he is the deep state now. And this should not be hard for Democrats. And one more thing before we go, I got to point out that we have Bernie Sanders, who's 84 years old. He's been out there saying the same thing for 50 years, and it's been resonating with people for 50 years. Because that's the boat we've been in, and that's the road that we need to take to get the hell out of where we're at. Bernie's been on point all these years and can still fill up massive crowds at 84 years old. Then you have AOC, who is a rising star. Lean into that. Embrace her. Endorse her. Get behind her. Push her to the moon. Be proud of her. You have Zohran Mamdani coming up, rising star. Endorse him. I know Hakeem Jeffries came in way too late, but endorse him, get behind the movement, get behind the moment, because you cannot win without your base. Republicans realized that in 2016. They didn't want Donald Trump. You think Mitch McConnell wanted Donald Trump back in 2016? No. But Mitch McConnell will hold his nose to this day, no matter how much Donald Trump has put this country through and no matter how far he's drug the Republican Party down in the ditch. Mitch McConnell will still hold his nose and line up behind Trump. And if Mitch McConnell and all these scumbag Republicans can do this to be on the wrong side of history with Donald Trump, then it's high time that Democrats do it to be on the right side of history with their base. We've been saying forever what we wanted, and we can deliver it. But you have to take that layup. It's wide open. And it's one of the most frustrating things that I've ever seen when you're sitting back and you're like, dang, the basket's right there. Just put it in the basket. You've got this. It's not hard. It's really not that hard. You're up against one of the most corrupt and evil and just ridiculous. He's an idiot. But he's outsmarting people because he's just repeating the same bullshit over and over and over. And he realizes that it works with his audience. So what I would say to Democrats is realize what works with your audience and lean into it. And for the love of God, take that layup.